Throughout history, we, as humans, have used the power of our minds to achieve incredible and amazing feats. In reality, our minds are simply tools we use to create our thoughts. And the quality of our thoughts determines the quality of our experiences. A simple shift in perception will quickly and easily improve how you feel and what you believe is possible, helping you to achieve all of your personal goals, even those that previously seemed unattainable. Join us now as we explore the vast landscapes of our minds. This is Mind Over Matter. Hello and good evening, Mitchell.
Good evening, Brandy. Hi, everybody.
Hi, I'm Brandolyn Jokiel.
And Mitch Friedman.
And we're certified clinical hypnotherapists, and this is Mind Over Matter, where we teach you how to use the power of your mind to get more of what you want and have better feelings in your life.
That's right. And yeah, great. So how was your week? You have a good week?
I had a fantastic week. I'm feeling like spring is right around the corner, and I like that New Mexico has kind of shorter winters most of the times, though, you know, it can psych me out. Sometimes we get a cold snap in May or something.
But this has been beautiful. We've had some gorgeous weather.
Gorgeous weather, and I'm like, hallelujah. I'm outside just looking at the beauty and
the trees.
And I can hear the birdies wanting to come back. And I'm like going, come on, spring. So I hope that groundhog really makes us proud there. And what is it, Puxatawny Phil? Puxatawny Phil.
When is that? When is that groundhog
February
day
2nd.
February 2nd? Oh, it's coming right up.
It's coming right up.
I can never keep that straight. If he sticks his head out, we have the spring is coming, or if he...
Well, he always sticks his head out.
Okay, so tell me the deal.
Okay, and I think I have this correctly. If he comes out and he sees his shadow, he gets, I guess, frightened, or he goes back in because he sees his shadow and he gets scared. And if he goes back in his hole, 6 more weeks of winter.
Okay, so if he goes back in 6 more weeks, if he stays out and like starts partying, that means like we're in
the spring is
okay.
here. And what I never could get, especially as a kid, I'm like, well, if he sees his shadow, that means it's a sunny day. So why would he go back in his hole? That would be spring is on its way. That's why I always get it twisted around. And I thought, so we're wanting it to be like overcast and dreary on the day that he comes out so he can't see his shadow. But that doesn't make sense. So that whole thing kind of, I get a little discombobulated.
Well, you know, it's hard to keep up with my agenda and human agendas. I certainly can't keep up with groundhog agendas, you know. So who knows about shadows? And all I know is spring is already here. That's what I know. Today, spring is here.
It feels like spring. We've got our spring colors on.
That's right.
And
there were people walking around the streets in T-shirts and tank tops and shorts today, and it's still January. So, yeah, A+ weather. I'm loving it.
Me too. So we have a show to do today, Mitch.
That's right, we do. So should we talk about it? What are we going to do?
I think we should do that.
Yeah. You know, Brandy, what I'm going to do, since we started this, it's kind of a continuation of where we started last week. We started talking about Tolle Burkans wrote a couple of really great books. He's one of my favorite authors. One of the books he wrote is called Extreme Spirituality. It's Radical Journeys for the Inward Bound. Again, Tolle Burkans. And great book, really great book. But what we're talking about today is a book that he wrote called Let It Be Easy. There we go, Let It Be Easy.
Oh, we can see it today.
Yeah, just right in front of my face. Got the big light right in front of my face. Yeah, so Let It Be Easy. It's simple actions to create an extraordinary life. So that sounds like a really good plan to me. So before we start, like I said, we started this last week, so I'm just going to
We got about halfway through it last week, so this is kind of part 2.
This is part 2.
Yes.
To be continued, part 2. So I'm just going to go ahead and read the 11 actions to create an extraordinary life according to Tolle Burkans. Number 1, speak your truth. I love that one. Number 2, ask for what you want. 3, keep your agreements. And number 4,
take responsibility for your experiences.
Excellent, good. And add financial security to your life.
And add good feelings to your life.
Yeah. self-worth. That's a really big one. Add self-worth to your life. That's where we're going to start off today.
Right. We kind of ended with that on the last show, and we're going to pick it up from right there. Add active compassion to your life.
And add creative expression to your life. I know for you and me, that's like our favorite thing to do. So I definitely recommend that one. Creative expression.
Add attentive awareness to your life.
And last but not least, connect to higher power, whatever that means to you. Don't let that freak you out. Anybody, higher power could be anything from source to God to higher consciousness to
higher self, nature, universe,
nature, exactly.
Means to you.
So just stay connected is the bottom line. So great.
So last week we left off in talking about adding self-worth to your life. And we were having a little chat about actually what that means. And adding self-worth, again, is really just about actively being compassionate and loving yourself so that you see yourself as a worthy person, just as you would see any other person on the planet. And I think we may have gotten into it a little bit last week about how that's not about being egotistical or narcissistic. That's really actually the antithesis of really feeling self-worth. When you're not feeling worthy, or when a person isn't feeling worthy and they're not loving themselves, they usually boost themselves up with a lot of ego to try to make up for that.
Plus, one thing I've noticed also, I hate to interrupt you.
Oh, I like it when you interrupt me because you have such wonderful and inspiring ideas. So
some things that people do also, is put other people down so that they feel, some people create self-worth for themselves by putting other people down, and that really doesn't work, does it?
No, it doesn't, because it actually diminishes your self-worth because, deep within your higher consciousness or that part of you that does connect to a higher source, that generally feels really icky. So adding real self-worth is actually about just giving everything that you were wishing you got from somebody else to yourself. So love and compassion and joy and those kinds of things.
Exactly. And I actually have a quote here that I took from the book. I think I may have read this last week, but just to keep everybody current on this. This is according to Tolle Burkans, since this is his deal, self-worth, add self-worth to your life. What he says about self-worth is that it means you feel good about yourself, that you respect yourself, just like Brandy was just saying. You feel worthy of success, have a sense that you are powerful enough to control your own experience and your own destiny, and that you feel okay about yourself even when others are putting you down. I know that's a really big one. I really call that self-empowerment. When other people in the world are putting you down and you can still stay in that power, to me that's really big. I love it when that happens, and it's kind of been happening the last couple of days, so I'm feeling pretty self-empowered myself.
Well, good for you, Mitchell.
And you've got that self-empowered look on your face too, Brandy.
Dun dun dun.
So the great way is to really just to empower yourself, to really find any kind of ways to really empower yourself, positive self-thoughts, optimistic self-thoughts about yourself and your life.
And sometimes I know that I've had the experience where I'm really trying to empower myself, and there's some negative thoughts or beliefs that keep getting in my way, and I just...
Not that.
Darn it. So, there's so many things we've covered on the show and so many things out there, different practitioners of different types of things to help you get over those limiting beliefs. Mitch and I happen to use hypnotherapy and NLP to help people get through that. Other folks use different modalities, just whatever it is, whether it's a book or visiting with a minister or talking to a psychologist or seeing a hypnotherapist, whatever it is, that to get you going into that place of really understanding that you are worthy of love, you are worthy of all of the good things in life, and really taking that in and believing it about yourself. That's an excellent way to add that into your life.
And as you're doing that, start noticing the evidence. I know I tell my clients a lot, look back into the past and see all the times where even other people knew you were worthy and had all that self-worth, and other people saw that in you all the time. Go back to those times and see where other people saw it in you. Because there's always evidence in our life that, the bottom line is that whether we believe it or not, we are a pure expression of love, of the divine, of our true self, So we all have it in us. We just have to find it, acknowledge it, empower ourselves, and just step into it. And Tolle Burkans actually gives some really great, a little intense sometimes, walking on fire and walking on glass, those are a couple of really good ways to start really creating that confidence and self-esteem and empower yourself. So we have a great clip.